Yo, what's going on, everybody? UltimatDJz here, and welcome in to Make It So Part 2, introducing the year-end event store and the TNG storyline. We'll conclude this month and conclude all of itself at the end of the month, obviously giving us an event store and wrapping up with the year 2023. There will be a new fleet commander named Luther Sloan, a new building called the Facade, a couple of new primes that are going to come out, a couple of new officers. As always, officers first. 2 new officers coming this month, including Epic Enterprise E. Riker and Rare Enterprise E. Troy. Riker has a captain's maneuver of increasing impulse speed, which might or might not be interesting to you as a captain's maneuver, maybe a throwaway in all likelihood. But his officer ability is highly interesting and has a Hugh-like ability, giving you the potential for a second Hugh to use on a second ship, but this one will take a bridge slot. This ability triggers with each of your weapons that fire a shot and will increase your crit chance by 2% per tier per weapon fired cumulatively for up to 4 rounds. By the way, I should point out that this works against any and all targets, PvE, Armada, and PvP. Now, again, being a PvP and a bridge slot, don't know, but very, very interesting that it will function on Armadas. Rare Deanna Troi has a bridge ability of kind of like a little bit weaker of the old-fashioned Yuki, in which she will reduce your opponent's shield health by 400% of attack at Tier 1 against non-Armada hostiles. So not quite as good as Yuki, since it's not a percentage, but the numbers are still decent, depending on the target that you're firing against. Her below-deck ability is a secondary Odo, increasing crit damage against Armadas and hostiles. Crazy enough, I was kind of mentioning this last night on Twitch. These officers do look kind of interesting, but I feel like they're going to have some varying use in how they're deployed. I can see players being happier with a Picard Data 5 combination with BLT and Hugh under deck as a primary ship, which is what I currently use. But I can also see an argument for keeping that and having like a highly effective secondary ship with maybe Riker as captain, Troy and Lorca on the bridge slots. And you might have an effective grind crew, but without any loot bonus. But will that be as good as Strange New Worlds or Pike and Moreau or Picard Beverly? I'm betting not. It's going to be worth a look. The most interesting piece of all this, in my opinion, is Riker's officer ability, which is an Armada and PvP version of Hugh. And I don't know that fits into any current PvP bridge crew as compared to alternatives today, but I bet you can find a spot for that in Armadas, so kind of interesting there. Sourcing will exist like it did in November, 3 weekends of solo leaderboards and heroic solo milestones for Riker. Excuse me, with moderate Troy sourcing and unlimited pay packs for the Rare Officer. These new guys will not be in this month's event store, but Data and Enterprise E Picard will be. The new feature this month is something we featured last night and broke to you last night, called Wave Defense. It's a new feature that is probably the closest to a King of the Hill kind of mechanic that we've seen so far as server-wide targets. Long story short, you're going to team up with 4 other players regardless of alliance, meaning anyone on the server, which is very, very cool. Each of you bringing 2 ships, and your 10 total ships will be taken to a special system where a target lies in the middle, and wave upon wave of hostiles will descend upon your target. You're going to need a combination of speed, power, crewing, artifacts, and isolytic to make your way through the 10 waves of hostiles that are coming at you. Once a ship is destroyed, it's out. There are no repairs, and there are no patterns to the hostiles that will spawn. You must defend your target from all sides from the hostile forces of the galaxy, and to do so will pay you rewards. Those rewards will be used to progress through a new Section 31 faction store that will have Section 31 favors, much like the Bajoran faction, but will also include Armada timer speed-ups. Fleet Commander shards for Luther Sloan, and offering you day 1 transparent free-to-play sourcing on this new Fleet Commander. There will also be other officer shards, Sigma resources for G6 players, Syndicate XP, and free sourcing on Dolomite particles. Now, as exciting as that sounds, I want you to hear what I said a minute ago: Armada timer speed-ups. It's not exactly a start now button, but it is progress. You'll unlock this ability called Quick Start and earn the speed ups through the faction store and the new building called the Facade. How much stuff you can get in the faction store each day will depend on how many waves of hostiles you can defeat during your defense. One defense session is expected to last approximately 15 minutes, no longer, and can end sooner if you and your team bite the dust. There will be 2 levels of target to begin with 2 predetermined progressive waves of hostiles. One starting at level 30 hostiles and proceeding to level 50, and the second one starting at level 40 hostiles and proceeding to level 60. The higher the levels, the more rewards that you will receive. PvP will not be possible in the wave systems, and support ships cannot enter. So, or at least cannot enter once it starts, all right? If a support ship enters, that's one of your 2. So be sure to carefully plan your entry and strategy in completing these tasks. You will be given 1 free play per day, plus a chunk of 15 plays up front for you to start playing and engaging with the beginning of this arc. We're going to have a ton more information and live gameplay demonstration on this later on tonight, we hope. Also, there will be a special dedicated battle pass just for wave defense. So yeah, now you're up to 3 for the month. We're going to be finishing the territory capture season pass. We're introducing you to the wave defense battle pass on top of the normal battle pass. Just as an FYI, if you do buy the $100 version of this battle pass, the wave defense battle pass, you can have your newest fleet commander, Luther Sloan, unlocked by day 5. More on that a little bit later. Wave defenses will be assisted by a new building called the Facade. It's a 60 level. What is wrong with the cat? Has his mouth not been moving this whole time? Weird looking thing. Weird look. It looks like it's working now. The Facade is a 60 level building that will bring you the Section 31 faction store. It will increase damage against wave defense hostiles while also increasing. You're not moving again, baby. Now that we've wasted 2 minutes on that, it will also increase the frequency of Armada speed-ups that come from the Section 31 store. You know what, Griffin, don't cut any of this. This is great. Luther Sloan will be the newest addition to your fleet commanders with 3 new legs. Tactician, that focuses on cargo, loot, and isolated defense. A mechanic, which will focus on forbidden technology efficiency. And escapist, which will focus on rep, weapons damage, and warp speed. His skill points and shards will only be available in the Section 31 faction store, but are transparent day 1 sourcing through wave defenses, which is a good thing. This weekend, we're actually going to see the introduction of something else new called Buff Weekends, where each weekend there will be a series of events that you can earn a special bonus exocomp. Now, this is important as I was personally consulted on these, and I voted to deploy them even though the visible queue isn't ready yet, meaning that when you earn this, it's an automatically activated exocomp, okay? But the slot is not visible in the exocomp factory, so you're not going to know that it's on, but you'll definitely see the results in your gameplay. Tech is being worked on to display the remaining timer on these, but I am officially taking responsibility as I and other members of the player advisory panel voted to go ahead and roll these out because they were a very good benefit, even though we can't see the timer exactly. If you complete the events, weekend number 1 is going to give you a 48-hour boost of a significant, I'm going to say a significant amount of damage. My guess is that this is going to be around 2,800%. Based on the math that they gave me. Now, if it's wrong, that's on me. But based on the math they gave me, I predict this EXO to be approximately 2,800% damage boost to Armadas. 2,800%, which for most of you is a minimum net 40 to 50% increase to damage. For some of you younger players, it's a boost maybe closer to 100%. The EXO will last for 48 hours. Been wanting to punch up on those solo Armadas? Yeah. Kind of thought so. Weekend number 2 will be a 72-hour boost to mining speeds, G2 through G6, very significantly faster. Again, we're talking about nearly double speeds. Weekend number 3 will be a 48-hour boost, 2,800% to damage against hostiles. Enjoy your grinding. Don't blame them that you can't see the timers. They told me it wasn't ready. And again, I voted and said, roll it. They're good buffs, so you'll get your buff weekend exos. Enjoy those and enjoy the functionality. You're just not going to see an exact timer on that. 2 new primes will come this month. One of them increasing Voyager refinery payouts. The other one increasing shield health points by 400%. Events-wise, there will be a Mirror Universe Heroes versus Villains event for those who lost last month to gain the rewards this month. But honestly, the event was just fun in general, so we're going to get a second round of that, which I'm going to enjoy. There will also be one day each week with a personal solo leaderboard for spending event store loot, so keep that in mind as you're saving up, and that there will be a strategic way for you to spend that. in the event store, as we talked about last night. Borg Cube BPs, Monavine BPs, Titan A BPs have all been added, as well as G6 materials and Sigma resources. Rare ticketed events will return this month, and our new officer selections are different than last month, though to me there really is kind of only one option. Your officer options this month with the rare ticket events are TNG Riker, TNG Troy, and 7 of 9. So again, one option. That's it. Lots more coming this month, so buckle up. Get ready. It's a very fresh new mechanic in the game. I'm very much looking forward to trying it out. The better you are, the faster you get the buffs in the Section 31 store, and that leads to free-to-play sourcing of this month's paid feature. Doesn't seem like a bad plan. What do you guys think? My name is UltimatDJz, and I'd like to invite you to leave your comments in the section down below. Let me know. This actually looks like a fun mechanic. I know Rev's been kind of excited about it. I'm a little bit excited about it. So let's see how it plays out. Of course, tech will win out, right? If there's implementation problems, then poo-poo. But if it actually works, it looks like very interesting ideas on gameplay, and I'd like to know what you guys think. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and give us a likey like, share with your teams, and let them know that they can get all the best game information right here on this channel. I am your friendly neighborhood cat person, Sam. Meow for now. Love you minute. Catch ya on the next one. Talking cars this morning at 8 a.m. We'll see you then. Bye, everybody. Meow.